Hey Team Titleists, Lee Hodges here. Took a quick trip up to Mass to the Titleist Performance Center at Manchester Lane to do a little ball testing with the guys here. And I'm gonna take you through what's in my bag. You guys made this bunker so hard to get out of. Hit, stop, and then just a little bit of a trickle there. Zipping. Oh. I really wanted that one to go in. So I play the Pro V1. For me, it just checks all my boxes around the green as well as off the tee. I think the biggest compliment I can give the people that make this golf ball is that I don't even think about it, you know? I just know it's gonna do its job every time I hit it. I've never once thought, oh man, I hope it spins here, you know what I mean? It's like, if I hit it the way I'm supposed to, I know the golf ball is gonna do its job. So it's on me to perform. Like I know this ball can land on the green and it's gonna have enough spin from this far that it's just gonna kind of stop just past the hole and leave me a little uphill putt coming back. You know, I know I don't have to bump this into the hill or try to go, you know, like super flop with it. I know it's just far enough to where I can stop it with just a little bit of speed at the bottom. Ooh. That was the one right there. So I've got the GT2. I like the 2. I've always hit the 2. It's definitely faster. It was a little bit lighter when I first got it, so I had to put a different weight in the back to kind of match up with the weight I had been swinging. I didn't really know what was going on. I kind of was hitting it a little high on the face, and I remember I was talking to, I can't remember, somebody on the range about it, and they were like, let's try this little different weight in the back, and it was like 2 grams, which is you think is nothing, but it made all the difference in the world, just helping me, you know, time it up at the bottom. And I put it in the bag I think the second week I had it, and I've played it ever since, so it didn't take very long to go in the bag. I feel like off-center shots are kind of like always holding their line a little bit more, but mostly I just noticed that it's just quicker off the face, which is really what I wanted. I've never had a problem with Titleist drivers going crooked. They always have gone really straight, but this one just seems like it's really catching up with some speed. You barely even feel the ball when you hit a perfect one, and you just know it's going to go straight. So I do the opposite in the 3-wood. I hit the GT3. This was probably the hardest club to get in my bag, simply because my last 3-wood was the best club I've ever owned by far. I mean, it was amazing. It was a TSR. It was like the one before this, and it was amazing. I'm very sad it's gone. It won me a PGA Tour event single-handedly. But it broke, so now I have the GT3, and I tell you what, I was unbelievably surprised at how good it was. I hit a lot of really good ones with this club. I haven't had it for very long, but it has shocked me at how well it has performed, even comparing it to my last one. I feel like 3-woods are the hardest club for people to like get in their bag, because you really don't want to hit up on it or you don't want to hit down on it. So you've got people that are like, you know, a lot of people that just hit down, and you've got a lot of people that just hit up. So to hit a good 3-wood, you really have to just kind of be neutral. So it's a pretty hard one to. I've always been told, if you find a good 3-wood, hold on till it breaks. So I hit a lot of shots that I remember looking at my caddy and telling him like, wow, that was really good. So I just think for me, like I don't want to see like a high spinny one, or I don't want to see a low tumbler. I just want to see kind of a neutral ball flight, but I want to be able to hit any shot with it. You know, sometimes with 3-wood, I want to be able to tee it up a little bit higher and hit that rocket draw off the tee box, but I also want to be able to put it on the ground and kind of, you know, milk one into a green if I need to take some numbers off. So it's probably the club in the bag that needs to be the most versatile. Next, I got a TSR 1. It's I don't really know what to call it. It's like a hybrid meets 5-wood. I play it as a 5-wood. But it is amazing. It is really, really good. I hit it about 240. but I can hit it like 255 off the tee. So if I kind of, you know, obviously tee it up again and kind of hit that draw, I can get some nice numbers out of it. And I've been struggling with a hybrid, just simply because maybe it just didn't fit the way I like to look down, and then I got a 3-iron and didn't really like it either, because when you're 240 over water, I'd rather not hit a 3-iron, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather hit something with a little more meat behind it. So this kind of checked all those boxes. Like, it's kind of got the wood style head, but it performs like, you know, any other hybrid or utility wood you would want. Yeah, so 4-iron, 220, 5-iron, 207, 6-iron, 194, 7-iron, 182, 8-iron, 169, 9-iron, 155. 4-iron, I have a T200, simply because I like how high I can hit it in the air. I mean, it doesn't perform much different than the 4, 5, and 6-iron that I hit, but I can hit this probably a whole nother window. Like, I do like a window system, and I can hit this in the top window, but still get that 220, 222 carry out of it that I'm looking for out of a 4-iron. And then I hit T100s in the 6 and 5-iron. I hit these same way as this, simply because I can get a little more height out of it. And for me, I'm a little bit of a low ball hitter. So if I can get those high irons kind of launching high where I can stop them into these firm greens, that's a win in my book. I'm not trying to make the game harder, it's hard enough. So they're definitely a little more forgiving than a CB or even an MB, but they still have that workability look to them. You know, I feel like I could draw it, cut it, low, high, but I just feel like these gave me just one more window that I could access that I couldn't access before. And then 7, 8, 9, I go CBs, and I like these simply for the workability. Like, I can hit these high, low, left, right, but I can also move them like quite a bit if I need to. And I think that's good for a low iron, because to those, you know, 22 on, 3 right pins, they're hard to get to if you can't at least get it going to the right on the right flight as well. So I've noticed since I've been out on tour, these pins are pretty difficult to get to unless you got all the shots. So these really help me with the moving of the ball. I don't move it a ton, but when I do, it's nice to know that I can with these. Yeah, so I actually have some like unique wedges, just simply because they're not really what they say on the top. So my 46 is actually bent to a 47. My 52 is a 51.5. My 56 is a 55, but my 60 is a 60. Just like I said earlier, like, I bend them to go as far as I want them to. I didn't want to just pull it out and be like, oh, well, I hit it this far. Like, no, I want it to go as far as I want it to go. So I hit a 60, probably, you know, 95 yards. I don't really hit many full 60s, but if I did hit a full 60, it would be about 95. But then 56 goes 115, 116, 52 goes 126, 127, and 47 goes 144, 143. Zipping. Yeah, so I kind of break them up into these and these. Like, these are more my chipping pitching clubs, and these are more my full shots. And so the 47, 51.5, I use an F grind. I think the F grind just looks like a normal iron. Like, it kind of looks like a blade iron-ish. It's got more of what you would see when you look down and see a 9-iron or a pitching or a 8-iron. Like, it's kind of got full swing look to it. And then on the chipping pitching wedges, 60, 55, I use the M grind on the 60 because I like how it's just got a little bit more. I can kind of open it up and really get it tight onto the ground. It's 8 degrees of bounce, so it's playable enough to where firm, soft, it'll really play to all of them. It's kind of an overall unique wedge in that it can do a lot of different things. And so I went and talked to AD, and I was like, hey man, like, I'm struggling a little bit with the wedges. And he was like, well, how about I just give you an all-around wedge? And I was like, perfect, how about we do that? So yeah, this wedge has been awesome. Like I said, you can kind of get the leading edge in there, but you can also open it up and zip one under whenever you need to. And then the 55, I hit the S. I like that, it's got 10 degrees. I hit that on a lot of bunker shots, to be honest, because the the balance helps me get it up out of the bunker, and it's still got, you know, 55 degrees of loft, so it's not like I'm missing any loft there. Thank you. But I like the S-grind because I feel like it was the only one I could find that was really good from the fairway as well as around the green. Does that make sense? Like, it has the iron-ish look to it that I like, but it also can open it up and hit a little spinner if you need to. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of take one hop, probably 3 or 4 yards, put the brakes on, and then just, you know, 3 or 4 inches of roll. Just kind of a hit, stop, and then just a little bit of a trickle there. Oh, I really wanted that one to go in. Also, you guys made this bunker so hard to get out of because it's this huge face and then it slopes on a downslope. I don't even know if I can get this out. This is straight Scotland. There we go. Oh yeah, it's a putter. I've always been a GOLO guy. This one's a little bit newer for me, but it's still a GOLO. Black, got the little circle T in the heel there. But what's the only thing that's new is I've got a little different alignment. I was struggling a little bit with face alignment. It would get open and I would have a hard time seeing that it was open. So we put a top line on it for face alignment as well as the back line just for normal alignment. So this one's a newish style putter for me, but I've used a GOLO for a long, long time. Both my Korn Ferry win and my PGA Tour win, both were with a GOLO. Maybe the opposite of the driver. Like, I actually like to be able to feel the ball come off the face like a little faster, quicker. So I have a light mill. The deeper the milling, the softer the putter will feel. The lighter the milling, the harder. I don't know if hard is the right word, but the more you'll feel the ball off the face. So I've always liked a lighter mill just because I really like to feel the ball off the face. Like, if I miss it, I want to know. I feel like I had a deep milled one and I feel like my miss hits, I couldn't really tell. So I like to know, you know, if I miss hit it so I can change something if I need to. But I remember just always wanting a Scotty Cameron, and then my dad finally got me one for Christmas, and it was like my child. Like, you know, I would take it out of the only club I would bring inside at night and stuff like that. But no, I mean, Scotty Camerons have always been, you know, my favorite putters, just because simply the way they look as well as the way they perform. It's just such a good putter. The GOLO, I don't know, it's just always fit my eye. I've always been kind of a mallet guy, but this to me seems like a mallet that performs like all other putters. You know, some mallets are just very square and, you know, kind of big and bulky, but this is a mallet, but it's kind of got that playability to where you can kind of still use a lot of feel with it. I draw just a short-ish black line, kind of like half of the circle, I guess. The shorter the line, I feel like it gives me a little bit of playroom. Like, I can still, if I get over it and I'm thinking, oh, I need a little bit more, you know, like I'm gonna hit a little softer, a little more break, I can do that. But if the line's going all the way around the ball, I feel like I can't have as much playroom for speed. And then, so I use 3 balls a day every 6 holes. So I'll start with 1 dot is my first ball. My second ball has 2 dots. And then my third one has 3 dots. And I write a V and a C over the Titleist. V, my wife's name is Savannah, but I call her Van. And C is for my dog Cooper. I had a ball marker and I lost it. I do have a ball marker. Robbie Shelton, he plays on PGA Tour. I was a groomsman in his wedding, and he gave us all a ball marker for being one of his groomsmen. So that's what I've been marking my ball with lately. But I haven't been putting my best, so maybe it's Robbie's fault.
We'll cut that part.
No, please add that. I'm gonna tell him I said that.